we've had water, we've listened to news and everything, Mara. This. Mpho, this is why we asked you to be here. Transfer window's open, Chief. People are saying this one is going, this one is going, this one is not. But I see Lufuno is very happy. They're unveiling players on a daily. You guys saying, Lufuno, are you happy with the players?
3 in so far, confirmed. Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, we went about it quietly outside of the PSL teams. So it shows that the scouting system is working. We went in England. We've got links in Portugal. So we're bringing outside experience to beef up the team.
So you're happy with the number in terms of 3? You're happy with the outside experience. Are you happy with the quality?
Of course, quality does not mean that he has to play in the PSL. So quality means that you need to profile the players that you are bringing into the team that are going to solve problems that you have previous season. We had an issue of left back. We now signed a left back. We had an issue of central attacking midfielder. We got Chislet to play there, and we had an issue of scoring goals. Now we got Silva to score goals. So we are focusing on problems in terms of positions that Kaizer Chiefs had last season. That's what I'm saying. The 3 now. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Or the 3 that you've announced, the others that we know are there.
They are coming.
But
Mpho will help you.
Talking of last season we saw a certain Thembinkosi Lorch called Up North.
Yeah.
And Up North, he did so well. Yeah. The Americas, he did well there by big people tournaments. Is he coming back to Sundowns? Does the player say he wants to stay up north? What's happening on that front?
Look, I do know that there is interest in him and outside the borders of South Africa, but obviously he still remains a Mamelodi Sundowns player.
So he must report back to camp.
He must report back to camp. And then whoever wants him will have to come and pay a hefty fee this time.
Hefty.
I mean, he's done exceptionally well for Wydad. He did very well on the world stage at the FIFA Club World Cup. And his stock has risen. I was actually speaking to an agent who does business in the Saudi Arabia region, and he was saying to me, he's been speaking to the player and his management team, and there is a sense that what he would have asked for before he went to Wydad is no longer the same, because they did try to get him before.
Stock was low, Chief. The man has just come from an injury. Now the man has played where he was seen by the world.
Yeah.
But here's my thing in terms of transfers and where they are. The issues that we are hearing, is Shasha going, is Shasha staying? What is happening on that front of Mamelodi Sundowns?
Look, very interesting with Shasha, because I do know that even since January he's been pushing for an exit. You know, I think it's even worse now because of the limited game time that he's.
So he's the opposite of Lorch. Stock is going down.
Stock has gone down, but there's still a lot of interest in him. I mean, there's interest in him in North Africa. They want him. They'll take him any day. Maybe Lufuno could be interested there.
I know Lufuno is interested in anybody that's got a proven track record.
So yeah, look,
I'll take him to Netherlands. You'll be surprised.
But talking of that, Lufuno, so Orlando Pirates made announcement. There's inductions that are happening in the team. People have been told, you see, Bratebs giving, and I saw Innocent is no longer the captain. Now he's an office guy. Now he wears jerseys like us, Grootmans. Your thoughts on the signings at Orlando Pirates?
Look, I mean, the Pirates have also done good. You look at Nduli, quality player. They profile the player. It's a direct replacement of Team. You look at Master Chef. I mean, you can't say, football-wise, he's the best midfielder you can get in South Africa. Football, he resists the press. He can do anything with the ball. You know, if he gets into that Orlando Pirates with the ambulance, with the relays, he will basically shine if he stays sober.
The key, that one if he stays sober.
I want to disagree with Lufuno. My question that I ask people is, okay, Pirates have signed players, but when you look at the players that they've signed, do they improve the team? Do they walk into the starting lineup? A lot of them don't. Will Nduli start ahead of Makaula or Talente Mbata? I don't think so. You bring in Mbutuma, that's an area you need to improve as a team. You need to score goals. Will he be better than Tsekhufatso Mabasa and Evidence Makhupa? definitely not. He's not going to start ahead of them. So for me,
So Mbulu is the only one that walks into the team. Or
he
you
walks
still
into
not
the
sure?
team, but the problem is, how many games is he going to give you before he...
Come on, the king of La Pause, that man can do things with the ball.
Football, look, you can have all the talent, but you need to be disciplined, you know. Is he going to be disciplined enough to play a full season, you know? I was actually speaking to one of his former coaches, and he was saying, oh, well and good, he's joined Pirates, but he's going to give them 5 games and, you know, start these things. But one hopes, for the sake of football, one hopes he gets there.
For his own sake,
Yeah.
because this is the... But, Babu Mbule, please, I'd love to serve humble pie to myself included. But I think there was a request by Mr. Zwane to be able to say Jabu Pule must have lunch with the boy so that he can talk to him, so that he can get his house in order. But the shock of all, we heard from Durban City, former Maritzburg. No, we're not going to change the coach. Our next thing, Coach Simo, we're no longer agreeing on terms. Now Coach Simo is now announced that Amazulu is the assistant coach. Your thoughts on that, Lufuno?
You know, there's a saying that says that you don't win the first division by coaching. So maybe we need to start looking at that, because every team that gets promoted, they always change their coaches. So my question is, are these coaches not quality enough to be able to go to the Premier League with them? Because the guy has done a fantastic job. But then they want to recycle the coaches that have relegated teams. Or eventually, Gavin Hunt was going to relegate SuperSport if they didn't fight. And Middendorp has relegated Cape Town Spurs. So my issue is, what are they looking at? Because for me, you cannot fire a coach that have promoted you to go and hire people that have relegated other teams the very same season that you are coming from.
Talking of that, Mpho, now there's a combination, the same Durban City again.
Yeah.
It's purported that Gavin Hunt will be the coach, Ernst will be the technical director or sporting director.
Technical, yeah.
That combination, how do you see that combination?
Look, man, I mean, it's... Look, football is changing. Football has changed, and you know, sadly, sometimes we still want to hang on to coaches who've previously achieved things. You know, for a club that comes into the Betway Premiership, you know, returns rather, I think you need a young modern coach. Right? They've brought 2 coaches that. I mean, Middendorp just relegated Cape Town Spurs twice. No, not once. He played a role in relegating
them in the Premier League.
He left them.
Yeah.
He went to Cape Town Spurs, relegated them from the Betway Premiership, relegated them to the APC.
Yes.
And then you bring him back, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
And for
so
me,
you're going to try another relegation strategy?
Yeah. For me, what would have made sense is to invest in the squad and bring in someone experienced next to Coach Simo Dladla.
Yeah.
Listen, you understand these players, you know how you've won. Where do we plug? You know, where are the holes? So they then bring in the right kind of playing personnel, improve the team, and then get him someone to assist him who's experienced, because he's a young coach, he's a good coach.
Mpho, talking on 30 seconds. Chipa United. Lapha ePhondweni, they are busy. They've brought in a technical director who seems to be very clear in terms of his mandate. What are you thinking? The technical director, the coach, you're looking at the technical team. Your thoughts on what's happening at Chipa?
Youthful sporting director, youthful head coach, youthful assistant coach. They're putting together a proper technical team. They are bringing in players that I think will help them. I mean, people like Semi Siabi, he has a lot to prove. He returns there. They're bringing Justice Figueiredo. They're bringing Thabiso Kutumela. You know, they've released 18 players, including your Andile Jalis of this world. So, some
was Andile
nice
still a
good
player?
changes.
Oh, okay. No. Having said that, let's take a break. This transfer market is very open. It's very alive. The pulse is. Let's go take a water break.